Today's video is about my relationship with success, and this is falling under the section of judging others. Now, first of all, I had to define success to myself and ask myself, what does success mean to me? Now, if you asked me a few years ago, what does success mean to me? Growing up, um, I believed, or I've grown the belief as I grew up, that success is having a lot of money in the bank, um, living in your dream home, and maybe driving your dream car, being healthy and happy with your family, right? And it was all about having just enough for me and my family. That was my belief. And also, when you ask me what is my relationship, or what was my relationship with success, I would say it was like a love-hate relationship, because on one end I wanted all those things that these people have that are successful, um, but on the other hand I believed that um, because of what I was taught or what I saw, um, that these people maybe acquired the money in some kind of dodgy way. That is what I believe deep down, right? And that is some of the beliefs that I'm unlearning now as I'm growing and getting to know myself better. And I would still say that deep down, I believe that people that has more than me, subconsciously, and that is what I've discovered. That is what I said about being present, about starting to understand yourself and getting to know yourself. You get to know these things on a deeper level, right? And so um, I've always looked at someone that had more than me in some kind of a judgerige way. Ne? I think you understand what I'm saying. So I would, if I have more, every time when I have more than what I'm used to, I would sabotage myself, and I would subconsciously, obviously, because I wouldn't be aware of it, but then to go back, right back to the same place where I'm coming from, and that is a cycle. Like it's almost like being used to living in lack, um, in survival mode. And I'm talking to most of us are living like this. You don't know that your beliefs are that it's not a good thing to have money or to be successful. I'm doing this because my belief has since changed about what success are, but I will explain that to you right now, um later in the video. But what um what the whole thing about this judging others section, actually the one that I could relate to is, I'm gonna just read a piece of it. It's saying, in other cases, you might have heard people you grew up around villainizing others who had money. They might have said things like, ah, rich people are the worst, or rich people are, they said, sometimes, most of the time, you will hear money is the root of all evil, money doesn't grow on trees. Those are kinds of subconscious beliefs that I had in thinking that it's not a good thing to have money, or to have a lot of things, or to have the success that other people have, right? And these kind of beliefs were installed in me. It was installed in me. And why am I sharing this? It's because majority of us are living like this. It's not a wrong thing to want more things, because God is our Father and He is the King of all kings. Now, if you ask yourself, how can the daughter of a king live in lack? how do we live in lack as you are the child of the Most High King, but you are always complaining about not having enough. You are always saying, I'm broke. You are living from hand to mouth, but you're the daughter of a king, right? And so I started to question all these things, and I said, no, God, it cannot be possible that I'm your daughter and things are just, it's going okay for a while, and then it goes right back to square one. What is this? And I found that all of these are just your belief, according to you loving according to what you believe, and you're getting out of life what you believe deep down inside, what you believe subconsciously. You know that you want more, you know that you desire more, and you know that you like your like what I've learned is that our desires are placed in our hearts by God. And God knows the end from the beginning. When He created you, He created us knowing already what is the end gonna look like. And so when you have that desire, it means those desires are already yours. It's not wrong to have all of those things. But then also going further, if you would ask me now, what is my definition of success? I would tell you most definitely that my definition of success is finding my purpose on this earth, developing myself in that purpose, and then loving according to the purpose that God placed me on this earth for. And that would then in turn please God and serve His people, right? It would please Him so much. And when I read His word, He's talking about seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and everything else shall be added unto you. Okay, so what is this everything else? So everything else is, of course, my desires. As I said, it's not wrong. The light is not liquor. So everything else that God is talking about that He would add unto me is, of course, my desires, because He knows um, that I would love to stay in my beautiful house, that I would love to drive my dream car, that I would love to have lots of money in my bank account. But I first have to become the person who will be able to handle those things. And this is what I only found out now that I'm in my late 40s, right? That I have to become the person that will be able to handle what God has in store for me. And yeah, so that is my new definition of success. And what I want to share with you also is that what you learned in the past doesn't have to define your future. You can still, your beliefs can still change as you go on, but this, of course, only happen when you are willing to learn, when you are willing to change your ways. And maybe I'm preaching a lot tonight. I don't know. Maybe what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you. I also don't know. But the person who this message is for, this will most definitely make sense. Okay? So, my relationship with success is, as I said, deep down, subconsciously, it's still that maybe that little belief that it's wrong to have all those things, but I know in my heart that I'm busy working on it, and God is helping me working through my subconscious beliefs, and it all will fall into place when it has to. May you all have a blessed evening further, and remember that I love you and that God loves you more.